Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to Fan for Racing Radio. I'm Fan for Racing Sharon, and joining me today is Sal Segala, and we are here for the Nashville preview for the NASCAR Cup Series. You got to see the last part of this race, right, Sal?
Yeah, I got to see I don't know how many laps it was in. It was off and on because I was in an airport and I was watching on my on my tablet as I was listening to them delay my flight, and now it's delayed. So here's some free water and snacks for you guys that are all being delayed, and it was a nightmare.
It sounds like it. Well, I'll tell you what, it was really good to see Ryan Blaney come up with a victory. He's had such a rough start to the season. Not that he hasn't been running good, because he has, but he doesn't close it out very well. So he finally was able to close this one out, and he really did a nice job. So it was pretty fun to watch. I will say, claiming his first victory of the 25 season, Ryan Blaney is thrilled for his team in Sunday night in the Cracker Barrel 400 at Nashville Superspeedway. The 2023 NASCAR Cup Series champion led a commanding race best 139 of the 300 laps to finally secure that all-important playoff spot. Now, Blaney has come so close this season to hoisting a trophy, only to have random racing bad luck break his heart and challenge his resolve. But Sunday, the sport's popular 31-year-old third-generation racer ultimately drove his number 12 Team Penske Ford to a 2.830 second win over 22-year-old Spire Motorsports Carson Hocevar in a 103-lap green flag run to close out the race. Now, listening to that, Sal, it sounds like it was boring. I was on the edge of my seat watching this race. It was a lot of fun to watch. Climbing on top of his Ford, Blaney expressed his thrill by raising his arms in triumph and then jumping off the car to run up and into the track's front grandstands to claim the checkered flag before handing it off to an excited young fan. The victory is the 14th of his career, with his last win coming at Martinsville last November to qualify for the Final Four championship run. Hocevar's runner-up finish ties a career-best effort turned in at Atlanta in February, and Joe Gibbs Racing's Denny Hamlin, who won the opening stage and led 79 laps, finished third despite his helmet hose and hydration system issues. Blaney's Penske teammate Joey Logano finished in fourth, and current NASCAR Cup Series championship leader Hendrick Motorsports driver William Byron rounds out the top five. Those are some competitive drivers in that top five. Logano, the defending race winner, also led laps, but ultimately wasn't able to challenge at the end, giving up positions to Hocevar and Hamlin. 2311 Racing's Bubba Wallace, Legacy Motor Club Eric Jones, Hendrick Motorsports Kyle Larson, 2311 Racing's Tyler Reddick, and JGR's Christopher Bell, more competitive drivers, rounded out the top 10. The effort marked a particularly significant comeback for Larson, who started 28th on the grid and was involved in an incident on lap 115. There were 18 lead changes in all among 9 drivers. Hamlin won stage 1, Blaney won stage 2. One thing that we need to mention here is something new this year. The Nashville race sets the 32-car field for the inaugural NASCAR In-Season Challenge. It's a bracket-style tournament taking place during the TNT broadcast 5-race stretch this summer. The tournament starts on June 28th at Atlanta, followed by races at Chicago, Sonoma, Dover, and Indianapolis. The winner will receive a $1 million prize. The next 3 races at Michigan, Mexico City's Autodrome Hermanos Rodriguez, and Pocono will set the bracket seeding that is based on drivers' best finish out of those 3 races. Former series champion Brad Keselowski claimed the 32nd position for the competition, and he edges out Trackhouse Racing's Shane Van Gisbergen by only 21 points. So that's going to be fun to watch during the TNT portion of the race. But I'm anxious to hear your thoughts about these top 10 finishers. I'll tell you, it sounds like it was a boring race, but it wasn't, Sal. It was exciting.
Yeah, congrats to Ryan Blaney on the win. It's always a well-deserved win, especially from a past champion. And once again to get that guitar trophy. William
Yes.
Byron has continued, continue his dominance per se in the series. He just signed an extension with Hendrick Motors. So actually, all four drivers I think signed extensions with Hendrick. I think William Byron got the biggest one.
Yep.
He's earned it. He's been proving himself.
I was happy for Eric Jones. He finally had a really decent
Yeah,
finish.
he got a good, and you know, everybody's wondering what's going on with Chase Elliott. Finished 15th this week.
Yep.
Kyle Busch, a 12th. Um, t- Tyler Reddick continues to be the bright spot for the 2311 team, finishing ninth. And holding on to his spot in the chase, along with Bubba Wallace, who finished sixth. Let me see who's the highest finishing rookie was Riley Herbst.
Riley.
One
Yeah.
spot ahead of Shane Gisbergen, those are the only two that are running for the rookie of the year. Then Corey Heim made his Cup Series debut and finished 37th.
Yep. Yep. He did not bad. He ran into some bad luck. He had an accident that took him out early. Fastest lap bonus went to the number 11. That would be Denny Hamlin. On lap 126, he ran a lap of 29.663. That's pretty fast. The average speed of the race, 129.068 miles per hour. The race length was 3 hours, 5 minutes, and 29 seconds. And there were 7 caution flags for 35 laps and 18 lead changes among 9 drivers. But Ricky Stenhouse isn't sending any Christmas cards to Carson Hocevar. Carson took him out on lap 110 due to an accident. I could argue both sides of that one, but again, Carson Hocevar could have kind of smoothed things over and didn't. So he continues to be kind of obstinate in that regard. Noah Gragson out on lap 112 because of an accident. On lap 130, it was Corey Heim that was taken out, and those were the only 3 drivers out early because of accidents. There were 25 drivers finishing on the lead lap and finished all 300 laps between position 26 and position 36. So 10 drivers finished a lap or more down. I felt bad for Alex Bowman, man. He tried to make the most of a really bad situation. He got wrapped up in one of those accidents, was able to come back. Amazingly, he was able to finish the race.
I was looking at the points earlier to see where Noah and Riley and Cole Custer were sitting. And gosh, it's just Noah kind of expected it, with the team that he's with, and Cole, man, it's just I know he's struggling. Probably with the same thing with the team only having one Cup driver on that
Yeah.
team. He's got nobody to talk to or nobody to get any feedback or data from.
And let's face it, there is a huge amount of difference between the Xfinity Series car
Oh
and
yeah,
the Gen 7 car that they're
and,
racing in the
and
Cup
that's
Series.
the reason Riley waited another year and didn't make the jump last year in the Cup, but he's another one that's struggling big time. But then part of that is that I don't know. I think it's part of the team. I'm curious to see what happens next year with Corey Heim. Since Corey already signed on, I think Corey signed on earlier to race for 2311 next season.
Yeah, I think he has. But let's go ahead and cover the points and see how it shakes out here. I'm seeing some close calls between some of the positions here.
So driver points is William Byron's continuing to lead with one race win, 6 stage wins, and 11 playoff points. Kyle Larson sitting at second with 3 race wins, 8 stage wins, and 23 playoff points. Third is Christopher Bell, who went through a spotter change. This is
Hmm.
the second week that he's driving with the new spotter. He's sitting at third, 3 race wins, 1 stage win, 16 playoff points. Denny Hamlin, fourth with 2 race wins, 3 stage wins, and 13 um, playoff points. And Chase Elliott, even as bad as he's been doing, sitting fifth in points, 1 point behind Hamlin with 0 race wins and 0 stage wins, 0 playoff points. Sixth is Tyler Reddick. Seventh is Ryan Blaney, who just picked up his first race win. Eighth is Joey Logano with 1 race win. Ninth is Ross Chastain with 1 race win, the one he picked up last weekend. And then we go 10th to Bubba Wallace, who has 0 race wins. Chase Briscoe with 0 race wins. Alex Bowman with 0 race wins. Then you got Austin Cindric, who's sitting at 13th with 1 race win, 2 stage wins, and 7 playoff points. Probably still wondering what's going to happen there with if Roger's going to keep. I'm sure Roger will keep him on.
Hmm.
He's got him in the chase already. He's locked in the chase, but
All three
I
Penske cars.
yeah, but I think between looking at Roger, how he looks at everything from a professional and business
True.
standpoint, even though he had to get rid of Austin's dad, um, because of the IndyCar, what happened to IndyCar, firing him. I think that Roger will still keep Austin, in the seat. 14th is Chris Buescher. 15th is Kyle Busch. Wow, and 16th is Ryan Preece, rounds up the top 16. But then you have Josh Berry with the win that would knock Ryan
Oh,
Preece out and
Ryan
put
Preece.
Kyle Busch on the on the totem pole.
Hmm. Yeah, there's some close finishes, close competition here. Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, just 1 point between them, between fourth and fifth. Then you go down 3 points between Joey Logano and Ross Chastain in eighth and ninth. Uh, between Bubba Wallace and Chase Briscoe, 1 point. You think 1 point doesn't make a difference? It does. Uh, and then go a little bit further back. Kyle Busch in 15th, just 2 points separate him and Ryan Preece. So Ryan Preece is going to be below the cut line. Kyle Busch is above that cut line. And then even Carson Hocevar and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. That's why Ricky was so upset. Just 2 points separate those two drivers.
Yeah,
Uh,
he did lose a lot of points, and but you know what?
and
There's a lot more racing left. He's got to.
1 point between, they go back further to AJ Allmendinger. So that bubble is super tight. Then Josh Berry and Michael McDowell are actually tied. So it's going to be very competitive at that bubble area.
Yeah, but Josh Berry has the win, so there's not even
I know, but
he's
if
in.
somebody from the bottom wins, it pushes those people with 0 wins
Yeah,
out.
yeah, but that's all it's going to push. I mean, it's not going to push Josh Berry out because I don't think we're going to have
No, no.
16, 17 race winners, 17 race winners. I don't think we're
Well,
going to have that many.
we probably won't because we've only got 14 races in.
Yeah.
That means there's still 12 more races to go. So, in the Cup Series, so their countdown is starting too, and it's just going to get very intense. I think Chris Buescher got 30 of his points back that pushed him up into 14th place, and that's why Ryan Preece is below that cut line now. So it's really it's really going to be interesting to watch this as the season progresses.
And then our rookie of the year battle is there tied. Shane Van Gisbergen and
Yes,
Riley Herbst both have 173 points. Riley needs to get up on that wheel and start doing something because
it's actually a three-way tie at 173 points with Cole Custer in there too.
yeah, but Cole's not running for rookie of the
Yeah, I
year.
know. I know.
I'm looking more at that Shane was below Riley, and now he caught him. Riley needs to get up on that wheel if he wants to get the Rookie of the Year.
Yep, yep. I tell you, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun to watch. I love this part of the year when the season starts to wind down. Anything more you want to say before we move on?
No, that's really it. I mean, yeah. I mean, we got 36 regular drivers in the series,
Yeah,
and I was just looking at the ones that were like kind of down at the bottom, see if there was any possible race winners down there. Daniel Suarez, maybe possibly,
yeah, yeah.
could
There
catch a
still
race
could be
win.
some winners below the cut line. But Sal and I have now completed all of our reviews for this week. And we also, so watch for all of those to be coming up on Fan for Racing Radio on YouTube here tonight. And then at 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern, we are going to have our Hot Topic Sound Off. Rivalry, penalties, and a challenge is going to be part of the discussion tonight. And definitely looking forward to talking with both Jay Huseman and Chris Crichton about our hot topics tonight. And then we just want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in. It's always appreciated. And we hope to see you at the end of the week when we do all of our previews for the Michigan races that are taking place this weekend. We've got Michigan, also, three races at Michigan with NASCAR's top three again. So it should be a fun weekend at Michigan coming up.
All right, everybody, have a safe weekend, and we will see you next week.
All right. Take care, everybody.
All right.